This is Ken Kraetzer for Sons of America Legion, Radio RallyPoint.com, on board the USS Harry Truman in Norfolk with our good friend, Fleet Master Chief Ray Kemp, and retired today after 33 years. Ray, what was the day like for you? It seemed like it was a very emotional ceremony for you.
It was extremely emotional, Ken. Certainly an honor to serve, but to have shipmates from throughout my career. My first ship in Philadelphia in 1986, there's a number of shipmates that were here from there, to my most recently served ship, Harry S. Truman, hosting the event. 33 years in the Navy on the ship named for the 33rd president on board, which I served 33 months. It was an honor to be here.
Well, you had many of your family in the front row today, and you mentioned several who were so inspirational to your growing up and to being able to serve in the Navy. Just tell us about your family.
So my aunts, Lois, Jeannie, and Cookie, or Leslie, were here. In my upbringing, they were the forceful backup that my mother needed when a young man, as many young men do even today, acted up and perhaps even out of sorts. They were the forceful backup to her, and they put me on a path to be successful, believing in myself with the appropriate measure of mindfulness. So it was an honor to have them here.
And so many traditions of the Navy exercise today, the flag that was folded for you, and the escort ashore by all of your chiefs. What did it mean? I know you've been at many of these ceremonies, but that the ceremony was in your honor today.
Yeah, it was very humbling. I had spoken at many of them, participated in many as well, but when it was for me and I looked over and I saw the side boys rendering the appropriate salute, the Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy piping me ashore, it was extremely humbling to experience that, especially the way the pathway of my career has gone. It was difficult at first. Made my way into the Command Master Chief program when you and I first met back on Fleet Week 2006, and now to end up here, it just showed me something that we say often, and that is that perseverance. That if you persevere, through all challenges, you may very well find a measure of success. So persistence over resistance is a lifestyle and a way to be successful that I felt was personified in my career only because of those who have gone before me and taught me what right looks like.
Absolutely, and so many of your fellow chiefs here and those that you served with in various commands and ships and duties along the way. What did it mean to have so many of your colleagues, fellow sailors with you today?
It was very humbling. There were sailors who came from Europe, some as far as Japan. A number drove up from Florida, Chicago, New York, of course. There were people here from there. It was very humbling, and caused me a measure of pause as I began to address the group and even look out and see those people who have meant so much and been so instrumental in my life and certainly in my career.
Well, you reached the pinnacle of leadership in the Navy for a Chief Petty Officer, a Fleet Master Chief. There are only 5 in the Navy. You talked a little bit about what it took to advance through the Navy, 33 years, and it sounds like you had a lot of good mentors along the way.
I did, and thankfully one of the most influential mentors for me is Fred Hyde. He was my chief back when I was at E5 on board USS Abraham Lincoln, and he taught me to diversify my studying, which allowed me to understand the test better, score better, and therefore get advanced through the Navy's testing system. He also taught me to speak truth to power, and so every now and then as a leader makes their way through their career, people begin to just tell them what they want to hear, and I have found it and have been told that it's refreshing to them to get the truth spoken to them, and so it was an honor to have him here and to see the fruit of his labor, if I could be so bold as to call myself that.
Yes, you talked to a lot of young sailors and cadets, midshipmen advancing in the ranks. What is the key advice that you offer to those considering the Navy, joining the Navy, going through one of the training programs?
Sure. I would offer that if someone is entering in to the Navy or any military or some challenging event, I would say that if you have the right attitude, then you can overcome whatever challenge it may come. If you have the appropriate weight of belief in yourself and your capability to overcome whatever that challenge may be, there will be a measure of success coming your way. And if you stay committed to your own personal values, that will create an environment for you to be successful no matter what you're doing.
Well, Fleet Master Chief Ray Kemp, a native of Oklahoma, served on the USS Mason as Master Chief, and here on the USS Harry Truman. On behalf of everybody at the American Legion, 2 million veterans, 350,000 members of the Sons of American Legion, and the 1.5 million veterans at RallyPoint.com, thank you for your service to our country. Great to be with you today.
Thank you, Ken. It's an honor to see you once again.
Our pleasure. This is Ken Kraetzer for Sons of American Legion Radio on board the USS Harry Truman in Norfolk, Virginia.